a very warm welcome. You've joined us live from the great city of Dallas, Texas. This is the Simulation Football League quarterfinal round as two of the most historic franchises in league history clash deep in the heart of Texas. Coming off the best regular season in team history, the Dallas Lobos look to go back to Season 8 form and head back to the championship game from Mexico City Aztecs. This is a similar form. They find themselves in a similar place to last season where they made the semifinals, looking to get back to Season 9 glory. It's Lobos and Aztecs right now on the SFL Network on Twitch TV. Good afternoon or evening. I am your play-by-play commentator, Michael Trurillo, joined by Levant Mercer. Levant, big game ahead of us, two powerful offenses. How do you see this one shaking out?
They had a big firefight in Week 8 where Dallas came on top of a 58-39 victory. I expect much of the same here. But the intensity rises to a fever pitch when it's win or go home, Michael. The playoffs are here, and I'm ready. Are you?
I am very ready from up in our commentary position, high above the Hunting Ground Stadium in downtown Dallas, Texas. And I mentioned off the top, a 9-3 record for the Dallas Lobos, their best regular season in history. They're going to look to back it up with a playoff performance today. But Cole Varner, the kicker for Mexico City, has the ball on the tee. He's got his hand in the air. The whistle goes, and it's game on from quarterfinal number 2 here in Dallas. And a kneel down in the back of the end zone is all that the Lobos will get off the top. They'll come out to their own 20-yard line. Let's take a look at the record-setting Dallas offense. Quarterback is Jacques Luyendula, running back Zach Sandlin, wide receivers Mike Osai, Mason Kirby, and junior, senior, the third tight end is Tristan Carr. Two in the backfield, Luyendula under center for first down and 10, going left to right. He'll throw out to the far side. That pass is complete and gives 7 yards on first down.
I would be highly interested to see how Dallas wants to come out this game. Specifically, they do understand that the nickel defense that Mexico likes to run is a bit weak to the running game, and you know they have a weapon back there in Sandlin. So expect to see a lot of him today.
Zach Sandlin, the rookie running back, having a season for the ages. I'll get to some of his numbers later on throughout the broadcast. Offset I formation, a single receiver each side on 2nd and 3. Luyendula to throw. Plenty of time in the pocket, floats it out there to the far side. Complete, first down and more, out to the Dallas 37. Here is the Mexico City defense tasked with stopping the high-powered Lobos offense. Safeties Pablo Zamora, Nick Daggs, and Jeffrey Daggs. Corners Han Tayumi and Fran Ogawa, and linebacker Jack Brown.
For Dallas especially, they're going to have to focus on stopping Sandlin and trying to force receivers out of bounds.
Here is Sandlin, his first carry of the day, throws a defender to the ground. That was the aforementioned Jack Brown as he gets 6 yards. And I mentioned that I was going to get to some of Zach Sandlin's number. He is almost a lock in my mind for Rookie of the Year and maybe overall MVP as well. His 2,183 rushing yards are a regular season high, as well as his 27 rushing touchdowns. Both of those lead the Simulation Football League. Second down and 4. Approaching midfield at their own 43. Here's Sandlin up the middle, burst of speed, fumbled the football. It's a scramble just on Mexico City's side of the half, and it looks like the Aztecs have come up with it. No.
See another look at that, but it looks like Dallas actually came up with it. The
No,
fullback was able to pick it up for them instead. So actually, Dallas remains on the field.
Sandlin fumbled the football. It was a wild scramble, and eventually it was recovered by Mo Motley as Sandlin goes off the left side and gets 3 yards. Jack Brown brought him down.
They might be trying to hit the ball carrier a certain way, you know, hit him hard enough so that he jars the ball loose again. So let's see how Dallas wants to readjust fire here. after the fumble that they recovered.
Let's see if Dallas can settle down after almost a disaster on their opening drive. Unadula throws it short near the first down marker. And pushing forward for that first down is Mason Kirby with his first catch of the afternoon.
That is one of the things that Mexico City is pretty strong in, though. They are, as we saw earlier when the stat board was raised, that they had a better takeaway ratio than Dallas did.
And here is Sandlin up the middle again. He gets 9 yards on first down. Yeah, Mexico City +5 in the turnover margin, whereas Dallas only has a +1. And Zach Sandlin continues to eat up yards.
Just see pushing through, just sealed the edge for him to run there, and gets into the secondary. Great tackle there by Han Tayumi, who pretty small guy for a pretty big guy for a corner. Actually, I was about to say small, but no, you'll just look at him again. He's pretty big.
6'2", 205, the rookie cornerback Sandlin easily going to pick up the first down and more straight up the middle. The Mexico City front line on this first drive has no answer to the Sandman, averaging 7, almost 8 yards a carry as they're down inside the SFL, presented by APM Music Red Zone for the first time today, down to the 13.
Had to give up to the offensive line on that one. Opened the hole, let him get right through, and then Sandlin was able to lower the shoulder and put someone into the ground himself.
Luyendula going to throw from the 13, and he's going to be brought down. First sack of the game goes Mexico City's way. It's Dorian Lopez who came up the middle and got the sack.
Doing what defensive tackles do best, just jam up right through the center, just punched right through. Just look at that jab right there, got to the quarterback and just slammed him to the turf. He just shouldered him. He didn't even need to put his body on him.
I say it a lot, but the offensive line for Dallas there went right out to lunch as 3 defensive linemen were in the backfield when Luyendula went down, forces a 2nd down and 16 back at the Mexico City 19-yard line. Empty set for Luyendula over the middle into traffic, caught, and down to the 8. Sets up a 3rd down and 5. And that ball was caught by Junior Senior the 3rd, picks up his first catch of the day.
I'm starting to understand what Dallas is doing is they're trying to spread the field so they can open up the running lanes for Sandlin and pass into those soft zones.
Well, here goes Sandlin. He's not going to get there. They gave it to him on 3rd and 5. He only got 1 yard. Big tackle there by Daniel Garcia. He's playing alongside Jack Brown in the linebacker spot today. He makes a big tackle and is going to force the field goal attempt on the opening drive from Manuel.
That's going to be one of the keys for Mexico City is that they might have to just bend and not entirely break because both offenses are very potent. So all they have to do is just make sure that Dallas doesn't try to race them offensively. If they can hold them to 3.
Street. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. I was just saying if they can hold Dallas to 3 on their drives, Mexico City response of 7, that's how they probably want to play the game.
Now, the SFL is proudly presented by APM Music, Production Music Library, and Custom Music House. Extraordinary Everest, heartfelt messages on the most famous place on Earth. Mid-Central and Fuel, transforming SFL media in 2019, and Harry's, all you need for a close, comfortable shave. The Manuel field goal was officially 24 yards, and Mexico City will go on offense for the first time. Jeffrey Daggs returns up to the 30-yard line. Here is the Mexico City Aztecs, led by the Hall of Famer Matt Wilson. Running back is Ray Bentley, wide receivers K.L. Barrett, Richard Montague, and the tight end is Mike Daggs. First down and 10 for the Mexico City 30. Going right to left here in the first quarter. Wilson, left-handed throw over the middle, catches Mike Daggs right down the seam for 13 yards and a first down.
It's been one of their favorite targets this season, and right through the same areas of the field that they like to throw at, the seam right here. Just a little bit of an outstretched arm there. Just couldn't get to the ball and allowed Daggs to make the grab and get the first down.
I do see Dags83 in the chat saying throw it to the tight end. We'll throw it to the tight end. Wilson did. One play, 14 yards and a first down. Here we go again from the Mexico City 44. Hand off Ray Bentley. Bentley gets 2. Right up the middle. Here's the Dallas defense. The safeties are Iverson Gamble and Kane Vasquez. The lone corner is Crash Combs. Linebacker E.K. Vincent. And the defensive tackles are Jukin Rukin and Denzel Maverick. Second down and 8 after the Bentley run. Wilson going to throw again. Pressure in his face. Gets the pass away. Caught down the near sideline. And down the field is Jamie Hernandez into Dallas territory, and a good start for this drive for the Aztecs.
Right there, even with pressure in his face, you know the Bronze Bomber has that poise in the pocket. Once again, they tried to jump the route there and just couldn't do it, and that just left Jamie Hernandez with a lot of field to run through.
And you know you have a veteran quarterback in Matt Wilson in the backfield. That was about his 3rd or 4th man down the progression tree. Still found him for big yardage down to the Dallas 25. Now Wilson under centers. You see some of these career numbers on the screen. Hands it to Bentley, who runs straight up the middle for 10 yards and a first down to the 13.
That's just vintage Ray Bentley right there. This is just looking back at some season 9 highlights before the game, and this looks like one of his runs from that season, just right through and just takes somebody with him. He led this running back revolution this league has seen. Basically, everyone trying to emulate how he did.
And I saw a lot of people comparing Sandlin to Bentley before this game. Milton, end zone, diving catch is intercepted! Richard Montague dove for the catch, and Kane Vasquez was playing center field and picks it off.
Tried once again to be the miracle for his team, but this time tried to do too much, and that ball was just sailed over everyone right into the safe hands of Vasquez. And now the Dallas Lobos are back out on the field.
And that could be a huge swing of momentum because the Dallas Lobos offense took up so much time, almost 6 minutes on their opening drive. We're almost down to 3 to go. Oh, it's tipped and intercepted right back. First play from Dallas' line of scrimmage, and it's Dags of the Jeffrey variety, or the Nick variety, as I get them confused, and I will probably be won't be the last time.
Yeah, a little bit of ping pong volleyball here. I'm mixing up my sports too, just like you mixed up your names. But hey, I mean, what happened there was just a bit of miscommunication there between the receiver and the quarterback, and now Mexico City's back on the field.
And in Dallas territory at the 32, a little bit of luck goes a long way. Wilson rolls left, throws left, and complete for 9 yards. K.O. Barrett picks up his first catch of the day.
And one of the things Mexico City really would like to target is they understand that it's basically an island out there in the secondary. You have 2 big contract safeties. You have Combs, and then you have the other corner that you really want to be targeting today, and they might be doing.
Wilson under pressure, fumbled the football. It's laying on the ground. Who's going to get there? It looks like Mexico City will maintain possession, but not after a loss of about 7. Denzel Maverick was all over Wilson there.
Or just look at some of his stats from this season. 18 sacks, leading all defensive tackles and sacks. 49 tackles, 27 for loss. And he has a 9-game sack streak so far.
3rd and 13, now 4th and 18 after the sack as Wilson goes down.
Well, make 10 games in a row.
10
games in a row with a sack.
Denzel Maverick again, and those 2 consecutive negative plays knock Mexico City out of field goal range. So we were talking about some good luck for the Aztecs. They can't do anything with it, and the Lobos are going to get the ball again up 3. Here's a punt As a good punt bounces backwards and down at the Dallas 9-yard line. The punter for Mexico City is Alex Lopez.
And that right there was just him with a little bit of backspin. I haven't seen a backspin punt in this league very often. They called it to perfection, and they put it right, just a yard short of the 10, but, that's still not comfortable for Dallas to deal with.
2 minutes, 21 seconds to go first quarter. It's been kind of a slow-going quarter offensively, kind of opposite to what we expected coming into the ball game. Here's Luyendula on first down at his own 9. Fires near side and gets 5 yards to Mason Kirby.
I think one part of that has to do with all the football follies that we've seen so far today. We've had, some interceptions, some fumbles, some strange things happening so far in this game.
Maybe a little bit of nerves coming out for both sides here. Really biggest game of the year so far for both of these teams. Offset eye behind Luyendula. He's going to pass after only a 2-step drop. He's going to flare it out to the far side. Sandlin had to dive for it, and he only actually lost a yard on the play.
I mean, sometimes I don't really know what Luyendula was really doing there. I tried to... When you have a receiver open like that, why would you rocky the pass like that? I'm not understanding.
Well, 3rd down and 6 now, a crucial defensive play for Mexico City. Luyendula, plenty of time, throws over the middle, tipped and incomplete. Beautiful play by Jeffrey Daggs, who was there in time to knock the ball away from Tristan Carr.
It's one of those 50-50 plays. If Daggs wasn't able to knock the ball away, we could have been singing Carr's praises and a Dallas touchdown otherwise. So, a touchdown saving deflection there by Daggs, and now going back there to receive this punt.
Rock Vandenboom will be punting from his own end zone. Let's see if Mexico City brings some pressure here. They will not, and go max protect on the punt. Daggs from midfield, and he will only get 2 yards further than that to the Dallas 48. Still positive yardage field position for Mexico City as they start their 3rd drive.
Well, what they really would want to come out of this quarter with is some sort of points. They've been sort of hamstrung by the past couple of drives by turnovers, and they need to really make something happen here.
Wilson under center. 1:17 to go first quarter. 7-step drop. He fires down the middle of the field, and it's tipped and almost intercepted. He was looking for Mike Daggs out there, and Iverson Gamble knocked the ball away.
One of the signature plays for Mexico is shooting Daggs up the seam like this, but Gamble reads it perfectly, finds where the ball was headed, and just knocks the ball away. He wasn't letting it happen to him.
Ooh, and it still came off of Daggs' chest. It was deflected just enough to not be right into the hands of the big tight end down the field. Now it's 2nd and 10 from the Dallas 48. Lobos lead 3-0, almost the end of the first quarter here from the hunting grounds. Wilson escapes, throws over the middle, incomplete. He was looking for Daggs again, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 10.
The relentless pressure there of Maverick. He's been getting through the line almost what it seems like every play that I watched the line play from, and that time forcing Wilson to throw on his back foot, probably making him run scared with some happy feet there, throwing incomplete pass to nowhere.
Wilson over the middle, floats it incomplete. He was aiming for the other tight end, David Jr. And no gain on any of the 3 plays for Mexico City. 4th and 10. Here comes the punter again.
It's not often you see a pass like that. That was an absolute mallard, I'm sorry to say, but that was just the cause once again at how much his timing has changed by the amount of pressure he's receiving up the middle.
And Jukin and Denzel Maverick, the 2 big defensive tackles on the line for Dallas, have really been the difference early in the game. A surprisingly defensive clash here in the first quarter as the Lopez punt is returned up to the Dallas 16-yard line. Under a minute to go now in the opening frame. Mason Kirby there as we see Ulandula trotting back out onto the field. The only really long drive we've seen so far was the opening drive from Dallas when they drove it all the way down into the red zone and then had to settle for a field goal. Every other drive has either been a 3-and-out or a turnover. Sandlin, maybe this is the way that Dallas gets back in a rhythm, but he only gets 2 yards off the left side. Jack Brown there for the tackle.
That right there is that they still sealed the edge, as you saw that the force man came through, and even though Sandlin was fast enough to come off the edge, there was just way too many, there was way too much Mexico City pressure for him to go any further than that.
4 wide receivers, 3 left, single right. Ulandula alone in the shotgun. Plenty of time, floats it over the middle. That pass is complete, gets 10 yards, and it's going to be 3rd down and less than a yard as the pass was caught by Harold Miner.
There was a high point pass to his outside shoulder. If he would have just stretched out a little further, probably would have got the 1st down.
That brings us to the end of the first quarter of action. The Dallas Lobos 3, the Mexico City Aztecs 0. You're watching the Simulation Football League quarterfinals on Twitch TV. Stay with us. Third down and inches is the play to start the second quarter. Dallas from their own 26-yard line. Sandlin easily picks up the 1st down and more up to the 32-yard line. Welcome back to the hunting grounds in downtown Dallas, Texas. Michael Trillo, Lamont Mercer, and Stephen Hacker is behind the scenes with us today for the SFL quarterfinals. Mexico City Aztecs in the chat says, at least we're not down 21. Yes, that is true, but I wouldn't jinx it. Ulandula to the near side, caught, and a fumble goes out of bounds. That's the 3rd one of the game. Tristan Carr was the recipient of the catch. It's going to stay in Dallas's possession.
Well, I'm not so sure what happened this morning. Who did something to their coffee or cereal, because Mexico City's coming out here ready to fight, hitting players hard and forcing fumbles.
2nd down and 5. Sandlin off the right side finds a hole and barely can't get to the 1st down marker. Jack Brown was in amongst the tacklers, as was Daniel Garcia.
This is at least where Dallas wants to be. They want to be in these short yardage situations so they can punch it right through with Sandlin.
And having one of the best running backs in the league, he trucks a man and breaks away from a shoestring tackle, gets past the 50-yard line, is finally shouldered to the ground. And as I said, having the statistically best running back in the league doesn't hurt.
Just right here, it's just pure smash mouth football. You see someone crash down to the ground and then a hard hit to bring him down. So this is going to be one of those types of games, and I'm going to have a lot of fun.
Fran Ogawa finally brought Sandlin down, but not before he had crossed midfield to the Mexico City 47. Ulandula flares it out to Sandlin. Room to run on the near side. He's going to get 8 yards before he's tackled by Jeffrey Daggs and Nick Daggs.
One thing Mexico City I can say that they're doing right, however, is that they're minimizing some of these bigger plays that Dallas could be doing. Sure, they're still giving up a lot of yardage here and there, but it's not as if they're like letting the home run in yet.
Strong back half of the defense certainly helps. Sandlin in another short yardage situation. A fumble again, a scramble again, and I don't know who's going to get it now because the flare went up over the screen. Let's see on the replay.
Well, let's just see right here. They're hitting him hard, but it seems as if I think Mexico City
Yeah,
has it,
Mexico City gets the ball. Third time's the charm on fumbles that the Aztecs have forced, and now Wilson and company back out onto the field. At their own 28-yard line, 8.5 minutes to go. First half, Ray Bentley with the carry and a hard-fought 12 yards and a first down.
That right there, he just ran with his arms across his chest, making sure that he doesn't do the same here. And then look at this. Just punches right through, gets through someone, and gets the first down himself.
With the amount of fumbles that have already happened in this game, every time a running back or wide receiver plunges into a pile of defensive players, you worry a little bit, but he was able to hang on to the football. 1st and 10 for the Aztecs from their own 40. Handoff Bentley again. He's got a lane to run through, and he's going to get 10 yards and a first down. He's going to be dropped right at midfield.
Just gotta love the run, the run vision he has. Just to see the hole he needs to run through, make adjustments on the fly like that, and to get the first down that way. It's just another asset that Bentley has.
Bentley, third carry in a row. This time only gets 2 yards. And Commissioner Cameron Irvine has posted in the chat an interesting stat. Nick Daggs has an interception, forced fumble, and fumble recovery already today, and we're not even out of the first half.
It's been a wet and wild one so far, I'd say. We've had quite the game so far. Score, regardless of the score.
Score's only 3-0. Fourth run in a row for Bentley, and maybe the time to try something else as he gets no yardage that time. Jukin Rukin was there to make the tackle at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he's the more run-stopping defensive tackle of that duo there, and he did his job to perfection.
Now 3rd and 8, Wilson back to pass. Plenty of time. This time floats it over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, and Cain Vasquez said, "No, thank you, sir."
Just look right here. Bones Malone Jr. just couldn't get to the ball, but this has been a hard-hitting game so far, and Vasquez just charged the ball loose.
And a potential touchdown-saving hit there from Vasquez. That's another punt upcoming from Alex Lopez here, trying to pin the Dallas offense deep. Six minutes, 54 seconds to go in the first half. That, despite the scoreline, has not been uneventful in the slightest, as Dallas will start at their own 15-yard line after the return.
Now we're really going to see what Dallas is all about now, because they've had drives stall because of turnovers, and you know, might be that the playoffs are starting to get to Sandlin. Maybe it's not. We'll see how he rebounds.
Well, Sandlin's been having a good game yardage per carry wise, and he's going to go through again and get 12 yards and a first down to the 27. He's only been plagued by the fumbles.
I'm like, best we see here is when he has a lane to run and can get through. That's all fine and dandy. He gets the first down, punches right through. What I'm worried about is, at this point, how does he secure the ball right when he gets hit during those situations? There's something to watch for the rest of the game.
4 wide on 1st and 10. This is the second time they've shown this formation. Luyendula over the middle, caught in traffic. 12 more yards and a first down. Up to the 38, or 48 rather. No, 38. I can do math. Mason Curry picks up a catch.
The only math Mason Kirby cares about on this play right here is how many yards he's been separated from his defender, at least 2 or 3 steps, and the first down. Primarily the 10 yards that he gained to get the first down.
We've got some subscriptions. Ram Voice and Plague 7 and Optimus Klein YouTube Thank you for the subscriptions to the Twitch channel for the Simulation Football League. Is almost breaking free multiple occasions there was Sandlin. He ends up getting 9 yards on the play.
This looked like a youth soccer scrim right there where all the players are all bunched up around the ball, and right there still is able to get a lot of yards. That's a lot of bodies to be pushed through, and Sandlin gets through most of them.
And now this is Sandlin territory again on 2nd down and 1. Handoff goes to him, weaves his way through the defense past midfield and down to the Mexico City 46. Another first down run for Zach Sandlin, and the clock continues to run now down under 5 minutes to go in the first half.
Well, this is one of the things Mexico City really needs to worry about. Sure, they got the turnovers off hitting Sandlin very hard, but they're not getting to him out of the backfield. And the time starts to run, and if Dallas scores, then they're going to be up.
Luyendula pitches it to Sandlin, and he's going to be run back behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 1. Fantastic lateral movement from the defensive tackle Maurizio Zita.
Yes, the Zita virus, as they call him, comes around and actually tackles the ball carrier behind the line for a loss. Normally, when we bring his name up, he's in the backfield sacking the quarterback. So, showing his versatility on defense tonight, this afternoon.
Sandlin up the middle, trucks a defender and gets 7 of those yards back. And now 3rd down and 4. As you see, his numbers already up over 100 yards for the game. And we are up under 4 minutes to play in the first half.
It's been a pretty quick game so far for all the things that has happened.
Pitch to Sandlin, and he's going to barrel forward for a first down with 2 defenders draped all over him. Fran Ogawa was there, as well as Han Tayumi. But another move of the chains, and Mexico City's going to challenge the spot of the ball. It looked close, but let's take a closer look. It's the Harry's Close Shave, Close Call Challenge.
So what we're really looking for here is where he was at after forward progress. But let's see if he crosses. I think he still has it by probably just a hair.
Let's see. That's so close, and I think I agree with you. You got to go to the call with the call on the field. Let's see what R62 has to say.
After review, the call on the field is overturned.
And the call is overturned. Mexico City successfully challenges.
That changes the complexion of this drive quite a lot now, because at 4th and inches, do you really risk it? They probably will. They're still up on the scoreboard, and they're setting up to.
And you have Zach Sandlin.
Yeah.
4th and inches, will they snap the ball or just try to draw them off sides? They snap the ball. Sandlin easily grabs the first down. So the challenge is successful by Mexico City, but it doesn't really get them much. From save sets to handles, Harry's provides quality craftsmanship. Made in Germany, we make Harry's products from the finest materials and ingredients to ensure they perform as well as they possibly can. Use the coupon code SimulationFL at purchasefromharrys.com, and a portion of your purchase will directly support the Simulation Football League, Harry's official razor of the SFL. Luyendula to throw on first down. Mike Osai picks up 4 yards where he stumbles out of bounds.
We're just seeing these aggressive hits by Mexico City. They're just seeing, catches a ball right there, about to go out of bounds, gets decked. That's how Mexico City's been playing all afternoon. Every time someone grabs the ball, catches a ball, close enough to the ball, runs at the ball, they want to try to attack the ball carrier with violence and aggression.
This time they jumped. It's MeUndies Laundry on the field for the offsides by Mexico City. It'll be a free play as Sandlin gets about 4 yards.
But with aggression sometimes comes ill-discipline, and that right there was a very undisciplined penalty because of the, sometimes you get a little too hype when you're hitting people like that. That's what happens.
Moises Avila is the man who jumped the gun. And now from a 2nd and 6, it'll be 2nd and 1. And this is prime Sandlin territory again as Dallas is set up in the I formation. He gets the ball, runs right up the middle into the SFL red zone down to the 17. Updated numbers on Sandlin as we hit the Quip 2-minute warning here on the SFL network on twitch.tv. Quarterfinal number 2 about to hit the halfway point, and it's a defensive battle. Dallas 3, Mexico City nothing, but Dallas knocking on the door. A very long drive here to potentially end the half for the Lobos. 1st and 10. Hand off Sandlin. Got hung up behind his own blocker for a second, but still breaks out for 6 yards.
Once again, they're not really getting to him in the backfield. They get him halfway across the field. He keeps punching him for 6, 5, 7, 8 yards every carry. And outside of the fumbles that they've forced, they really haven't been getting to him.
Sandlin again, this time another 1st down inside the 10 and down to the 5. There's been not enough defensive line penetration for Mexico City, and every time Zach Sandlin touches the ball, I sound like a broken record. He's getting 5, 6, 7 yards.
Having another day at the office so far, it seems. Let's see how they line up this time.
I mean, I would just, 2nd verse same as the 1st, give it to Sandlin, and he does, and he finally gets brought down for a loss as the blitz came through from Carlos Powers, the linebacker. 2nd down and goal, 51 seconds to go. Sandlin gains 1 yard down to the 4. Up-tempo offense continues for the Lobos. It's now 3rd and goal. Sandlin gonna try it again, and he's gonna be hit behind the line and dropped. Jack Brown brought the hammer as well as Han to Yumi.
Well, this whole sequence was you against me, friend, and this time Mexico City won that battle. I haven't been winning that battle all day long, but in this war right here, instead of 7, it's another 3-point try for Dallas. So they came up on top there, but they're still bleeding points.
But you got to see this as a potential win for the Mexico City defense. Inside the 10 with Sandlin, you didn't give up more than a field goal, which is good from Manuel. 35 seconds to go, 1st half, as the SFL is sponsored by Matt Doyle Designs, official design partner of the SFL, MediaTek Institute. Visit mediatek.edu for your diploma programs. Turn your passion into your profession. And MeUndies, the world's most comfortable underwear for men and women. Mexico City's going to have about 30 seconds after this return, as Dags is caught up in some traffic. He'll go down at his own 31-yard line, and now 29 seconds on the clock. 3 timeouts for Mexico City. Down 6, what do you do here?
Got to throw it to the tight end on the seam. That has been working all season long. I've been watching multiple games of Mexico City's, and the bulk of their deep strike touchdowns have gone to Dags.
And off Bentley, and it looks like they may just be trying to run it out and go to the half. Handoff. Bentley again loses a couple of yards. 13 seconds to go, 3rd and 7. As Bentley will just be brought down again. The clock will run out, and that will take us to the half. Not the half we expected, but a very entertaining 1st half of football. The Lobos with the lead at the break. It's 6-0. This is the SFL Quarterfinals presented by APM Music on Twitch TV. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Hunting Grounds, downtown Dallas, Texas, the location for the second quarterfinal in the Simulation Football League playoffs. A date with Dallas on the line, as the winning team here will go to the Mile High City for the semi-finals. Back at it in the booth as well, Michael Trillo, Levant Mercer, and Stephen Hacker on stats with you today, as Mexico City has the ball first in the second half. They'll start at their own 30 and try to erase a 6-0 deficit. Levant, what was your biggest takeaway from that first half?
You just said it right there. Takeaways were the key of the first half right there. There were 4 that quarter alone between both teams split, and you know, taking care of the football has to be paramount in the second half.
Wilson will start under center from his own 30, going right to left here in the third. And off Ray Bentley. Bentley gets nowhere. Denzel Maverick was on the tackle.
And doing what is generally supposed to be the role of a defensive tackle is getting into the backfield and stopping a ball carrier when they try to run inside, and he does that perfection, punches right through the guard and gets to the ball carrier in no time flat.
Wilson under center again. Bentley alone in the backfield is going to get it up the middle and again go nowhere. Beautiful pressure from the Dallas defense. And a tackle on the play. Nessie Mitchell, the defensive end, got that one.
This time they tried a little stunt. They shifted some of their personnel and still got through. They just pushed the line, and they've been winning the battle up front so far in this drive.
Wilson now has to throw on 3rd and 10. Plenty of time down the field. Caught by Mike Daggs. You mentioned the go route to Daggs right before we went to the break, and there it is, across midfield to the 40-yard line.
And that usually comes when you least expect it. As you see that the coverage was just not aligned with him, and then he's just let free, and he has such speed that he just gets to this ball. And you know, if he didn't really have to readjust for the ball as he did, he probably would have been gone there.
Now 1st and 10 in Dallas territory for the Aztecs. The number 6 overall seed in these SFL playoffs up against the 3 seed in Dallas. Wilson to throw on 1st down. Floats it in the middle. That pass is caught. 12 yards, 1st down. Richard Montague grabs a move of the chains, and the drive extended for Mexico City.
The drive's extended, and he makes up for his overextension on the first target that he got that led to the interception with that reception there for a 1st down.
I really like this Wilson under center position. Ray Bentley sheds a tackle in the backfield. Sheds another tackle. He's going to race away to the goal line. Put it on the board. I've waited a long time to say it, but Mexico City finally puts the first touchdown of the game on the board.
And that was once again vintage Ray Bentley, shades of season 9 right here. This comes right through the gut, punches through someone's, sachets around another, and gets into the end zone with aplomb.
And now you see the benefit of Mexico City's defense in the first half, holding Dallas to just 2 field goals from 2 trips into the red zone, because now the Aztecs have a chance to take the lead on the extra point from Cole Varner, who, by the way, I'll get to my point after the kick, is up and good. By the way, has not missed this season. His long is 51 yards, and he's hit it twice.
Yeah, he's been a very key figure for this Mexico City team for a long time, making clutch field goals.
The SFL is sponsored by Movement, premium watches, sunglasses, and accessories. Quip, perfect oral care delivered. ScoreStream, the official score updates app of the SFL, and Spygoat, the sound choice for sound reinforcement. And Dallas will start at their own 21 for the first time now, facing a deficit in this game. It's only 1 point, Levant, but you feel as if that was a statement by Mexico City, and now Dallas has to answer.
That was really something to uphold, really, for Mexico City, is they had to come out of this into this half with some force, and they really did it there with that 7-point drive.
Luyendula over the middle, caught in about 3 white shirts, and it's a first down and a big one for Dallas from their first play.
Just like on their first drive of the game, they're just trying to cut across the middle with routes that force this defense to spread apart, and they did it to perfection. They ran it to perfection there.
We know that this Dallas offense can explode for points in a big way. To the highest scoring offense in the league, and over the middle, almost intercepted. Almost coming at him too fast was Jack Brown. He couldn't hang on to it.
Yeah, it's deflected quite a lot of passes this season in coverage. Just not able to come up with it there. But, you know, as a linebacker in coverage, sometimes that's all you can ask for, is just to knock the ball away.
Luyendula in the flat. That is the fullback on the reception. He'll pick up 5. Yeah, I know that is Sandlin. My apologies. Nope, that was Mo Motley. The fullback on the reception gains 5 yards. 3rd and 5.
I was about to ask when it was that Sandlin gained that much weight. I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, the gold and white jerseys, it kind of makes it hard to see the numbers from up here in the booth. I've been second-guessing myself a little bit. Over the middle, Luyendula almost intercepted again! Jack Brown almost had his second pick in 3 plays. He knocks it to the ground and forces the Rock Van Den Boom punt.
Well, that time, that was a little bit more of a gimme right there. He was just right there for it. Hit him in his hands and onto the ground. I can't really say anything about catching interceptions myself, but, you know, you got to come up with those.
Van Den Boom on for his second punt of the day. You see overall team numbers on your screens. Number 1 in points per game and rushing offense for Dallas this season. And it's going to be not great starting position for the Aztecs at their own 19-yard line after the return by Dags. And here comes Matt Wilson out again, trying to extend their 1-point lead.
So as I was mentioning during the first half, during the first quarter even, for Mexico City to win this game, they need to start off ahead, and they need to make sure that they stay ahead. They can't be racing Dallas, but if they're ahead, they force Dallas on the back foot, and they are ahead right now.
Ray Bentley breaking 2 tackles and only gets 4 yards to show for it. He may have ran about 10, but he only picks up the 4. 2nd down and 6. Just about 7 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Mexico City 7, Dallas 6. .6:55 to go. Here's the snap. Wilson on 2nd and 6. Looks, throws, near side, caught, and turning it upfield is K.L. Barrett. 1st and 10 for Mexico City up to their own 36-yard line.
Looks like Matt Wilson is no longer letting the pressure get to him. Gets a little pressure to his face. Quick throw out to the outside there to Barrett for the first down. Little swing route. Come back out around the defense for that first down.
Handoff. Bentley up the middle. He'll get 3. As he pushed back Bones Malone Jr., who dragged him to the ground. 200 bits from Superwoman 061988 in the chat. Thank you very much. 2nd and 7, 6 minutes and 10 seconds and counting as the clock continues to wind down here in the 3rd quarter. Wilson looks, throws, far side, wide open as a receiver out there and gets across midfield to the Dallas 49. Richard Montague is in all kinds of space.
That time they sent the linebacker on the blitz, and there was no one out on the flat to cover Montague here on the zone. They have a zone meant for plays to go deep, left Montague wide open, make the grab all alone on the outside here.
Let's go.
As close a game as you could have wanted here for a quarterfinal between the 6 seed and the 3 seed here. Wilson on 1st and 10, steps up in the pocket, flips it out to the near side of Bentley, shakes a tackle, gets 10 yards and a first down. Talk about making something out of nothing there.
That's another thing that he's known for, is plays like that. He just pushes through one defender, and sometimes it's just all you need to get the first down. He got it right there. A little bit of that extra effort is something Ray Bentley is sure to provide you if he's on your offense.
See 2 sacks for Denzel Maverick. They came on back-to-back plays back in the first quarter. Bentley handoff, hit in the backfield, and that slowed him up just enough to where he only gained 1 yard.
The Dallas defense has been out on this field for quite a long time, and now it seems that this script has flipped. In the first quarter, Dallas had a long drive in the first quarter to start the half and bled a lot of the clock. Now Mexico's doing it.
Oh, Bentley gets no yards on second down either, so it'll be 3rd and 9. Jukenbruken makes the tackle. Yeah, the Dallas offense hasn't really had a sniff of the ball in this second half. They were on offense for 3 plays and then punted. Or, yeah, they had 2 sets of downs, so 6 plays and then punted. Over down the middle, intercepted! He was looking for K.L. Barrett, but it was picked off by Crash Combs, making a big interjection there, and Dallas takes the ball back.
If I may interject for a moment, as we see here, they ran this play a couple times on this drive, and this time they finally read it to perfection. And right again, as I always say, if the defender is in front of the receiver, he usually comes up with it.
Now Dallas back to work, down 1, 7-6. 4 minutes and 17 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. Tightly contested affair as Sandlin got hung up behind his own offensive line. Only gets 3 yards on the play. You can see his numbers there. Despite the 2 fumbles, still has 145 yards and an average yards per carry of 6.
That right there is just reminding us that he is indeed a rookie. Got a little caught up there, didn't have the vision to just cut it out to the opposite side of his lineman there. He instead got hung up on him.
He gets the ball out of the backfield again. Trucks a man that was Nick Daggs, but then only gets 2 more yards to the 29. As Hans Hiyumi came up and made the tackle. Daniel Garcia was in there as well. And now a 3rd and 5.
This is a bit different from the 3rd and short so they were used to earlier in the game. It's not that much different, but for Dallas' style of offense, it's very much so. They might have to pass here.
Luyendula is going to pass, but he's been kind of effective on these short routes, and he is again. He needed 5. He got 6. Junior Senior the 3rd, the recipient of the catch. And a move of the chains and an extension of the drive for the Lobos.
Well, sometimes you just go back to West Coast offensive principles, and you just go with a short out route to make sure you get just enough for the first down. Move the chains.
Luyendula over the middle, complete, and 9.5 yards gained by Osai on first down, 2nd and inches. And this is kind of back to the rhythm that they had in the first half. You get a chunk on first down, then let Sandlin do the rest.
That's definitely how their offense has been positioned. It just hasn't worked out the past couple of drives in this half, but now it seems as though, at least on this drive, that they're back to it.
Handoff, Sandlin running left side, and he barely gets across it for a first down. The way he was running in the first half, he would have put that up easily, but just barely getting across the line to gain as he had to run left to right a considerable amount on that play. As we cross under 2 minutes to go in the quarter.
There just wasn't enough for him to push through. He had to find the angle to get away from the pursuit, and he just couldn't really get that much out of it.
And again up the middle, he'll get 6 yards on that one, bang on his average, and it'll be 2nd down and 4.
That right there was more like it, where he's able to have a clearer route to the secondary there, and that's what he's going to really need out of the offensive line in front of him, because he's having vision issues when they're not doing their jobs up front.
Real heavy set here, Sandlin. All the room in the world to run through up the middle, and he picks up a first down to the Mexico City 44. As you see Sandlin's season numbers on the screen, both the rushing touchdowns and rushing yards numbers are league highs. And he's coming into this game on a high streak. That high rushing yards game, that 302 versus Oklahoma City, that was the final week of the regular season. That was just 1 week ago. First and 10, Luyendula down the middle, into traffic and caught inside the 30 to the 27. Mike Oside takes a hit and hangs on.
Something that I've seen dwindle a bit from the Mexico City defense is, as we see now, their hits are more conservative. As we see here in the first half, that probably would have been jarred loose, but this time they come at him low. He's able to hold on to that, and now it's a first down.
30 seconds left in the third. Another heavy formation eye for Dallas with Sam Brandade. He's going to get the carry up the middle, and he's going to get only 2 this time. Jack Brown on the scene, and Evan Vera was also there.
Just seems like he wasn't able to get off the line with the same amount of acceleration that he had earlier in the game. As we've seen so far this season, a lot of running backs in this league with this sort of style, like Chesney, Jack, Sandlin, when they get into the later stages of the game, start slowing down a bit.
4's up in the chat. It's not the score we expected coming into the fourth quarter, but it's the score we have. It's Mexico City 7, Dallas 6, 1 quarter to go in the ball game. Who will punch their ticket to the SFL semifinals? Luyendula to Sandlin, makes a one-handed catch and then almost gets a first down. He got 7 yards, sits on a 3rd down and 1. Jeffrey Daggs had to come up from his free safety position to make the tackle.
That right there is really probably what they're going to need more of, is to incorporate him more in the passing game, so that when they could drop back deep, trying to intercept the pass, they just throw it back to Sandlin. So he comes around the edge, makes plays like that happen.
Sandlin, first down and more. Keeps the feet moving down inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line. A 3rd trip into the red zone for the Lobos. The first 2 times they've had to kick field goals. Let's see if they can put it in the end zone this time.
I feel like as much as he's been running well so far in this game, just like on that last play where he pushes 3-4 guys with him, at this point, maybe we want to provide a little trickeration pass for the touchdown here.
They may be set up to do that here with 2 receivers left, single right. Luyendula throws far side, one-handed catch down to the 5 and down to the 3, where the receiver Tristan Carr was leveled. It'll be 2nd down and goal.
Just one move away really from the end zone, but the high tackle there to push him down, the high helmet tackle. Really risky sometimes when it comes to players like tight ends and stuff, but really effective against running backs.
This is Sandlin territory. 2nd and goal at the 3. Up the middle, nowhere to go. He gets back to the line of scrimmage and nothing more as the Mexico City defense holds.
And this is what I was alluding to earlier. Now that they have personnel matching evenly here in the red zone, maybe they want to go pass to get the score instead.
Maybe set up to throw here with two receivers spread out wide, but Stanley's going to get the ball caught on his own blocker and dropped for a loss of 2 back to the 5. And the same series of plays is playing out again here in the second half. They cannot put it in the end zone from inside the 10-yard line, and Manuel comes out for a third straight chip shot.
Sure, they take the lead here, but every time they come to the red zone, they put their faith in the player everyone says to have faith in. That's right, Sandlin. It just hasn't been able to just have the protection in front of him in the red zone to get to the end zone.
Manuel 3 for 3 makes this one from 21 yards right down Main Street. Dallas retakes the lead. Lobos 9, Aztecs 7. But the momentum, you feel, may be swinging to the hands of the Season 9 champion Mexico City Aztecs, looking to replicate their run from a couple of years ago. Jeffrey tags from his own 10, gets it up to his own 29. That's where Wilson Bentley and the rest of the Mexico City Aztecs will begin their drive. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard presented by ScoreStream, the live score updates app of the SFL. In the first quarterfinal of today, or rather I'll get to that after the first play here as Wilson sets up under center. Wilson looks over the middle. This time Barrett hangs on up to midfield. Officially spotted at their own 47-yard line, cartwheeling, and he hangs on to the football.
That right here is one of those 50-50 balls. The defender picked right. He went for the receiver that time, but just couldn't jar it away. Great hands there by Barrett to hold on to that ball.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line. Now Aztecs down 2. Wilson looks, throws, near side, caught by Montague, 9-yard gain. In the first game of the quadruple header of quarterfinals, the Denver Nightwings punched their ticket to the SFL semifinals with a 43-24 victory over the wildcard winning Sioux Falls Sparrows. The winner of this game will go to Dallas in the semifinals. 2nd and 1. Maybe set up for a Ray Bentley special here. He takes it, runs left, dives forward. Does he have the momentum? No! Ray Bentley cannot pick up the first down. Bones Malone Jr. and the rest of the Dallas defense standing strong. 3rd and less than a yard to go.
This is where playoff lives are lived, right here. 3rd and inches. In a situation like this, Dallas needs to stop them here.
Well, they didn't, and Ray Bentley has some room to run, and now down to the 35-yard line. Exactly what you need from a veteran running back in a clutch situation.
Once again, Ray Bentley showing why the league has moved to the running game right there. Just in situations like this, was just able to punch right through, and that right there is your ever-scroll block of the game. A key moment for Mexico City.
They move the chains, keep the drive going. Wilson floats it out, tipped, and incomplete. He maybe was forced to throw a little bit early there because of the pressure up the middle, and Rocky Aquino knocked the ball down. Ever-scroll by movement blocks blue light to protect your eyes from digital screens. Don't hurt your eyes by checking out SFL action. Protect them and see every moment by using the promo code SimulationFL at purchasefrommovement.com. A portion of your purchase supports the SFL through our partnership Movement, premium watches, sunglasses, and accessories. 2nd down and 10. Wilson under pressure. Wilson going down. He's going to lose 9 yards on the sack.
That's really big there. They've had a lot of pressure in the first half. They couldn't get to the quarterback this half until this play where the whole defensive line just bursts right through and takes down the quarterback.
And that forces Mexico City out of field goal range. This is a huge 3rd down and 19 play. Wilson stands in, floats it far side. Montague stepped out of bounds before he could turn upfield.
I think that's a bit of a mental misstep right there. Didn't really know where he was on the field. Tried to make one move, and he attempted to make a football move, put his foot out of bounds, and now it's 4th and 8.
Let's see if they're in field goal range here. They are. It's going to be close. It's going to be about a 49-yarder for Cole Varner, who is perfect so far on the season. This is to give Mexico City the lead back. Snap good, hold good, kick on the way. And good, right down Main Street from 49 yards.
Well, if anyone could make a kick like that in this league, it's been Cole Varner. He's been making this look easy out here all season long, and he's still perfect on the season with that field goal.
As Dags83 in the chat says, money in the bank every time Cole Varner steps up to kick a field goal. Has not missed all season. And now Mexico City takes back the slim 1-point advantage from the goal line to the 20, 25, and down at the 24 is Mason Kirby. So now that I have a little bit of time, I'll finish what my earlier point was and talk about the rest of the action this evening. Right after the conclusion of this game, stay tuned for the rematch of the century. It's Alaska hosting Tallahassee. The last 2 championship games between those 2 teams. They will be here to decide who goes to the semifinals. Dallas looking, Luyandula over the top, what a catch! And past midfield to the Mexico City 48. It seemed to hang in the air forever, and Tristan Carr comes up with it.
It's one of those passes we see in this league very much that just don't have enough air most times to get to where it's going. This time, the 1 out of 10 times it finally does, it comes at a vital moment for Dallas.
And then in the nightcap with Cameron Irvine on the call, Baltimore and New Orleans will play. That's the other half of the bracket. Luyandula over the middle. Plenty of time and completes 12 yards and another first down to the 36-yard line.
In these situations, you would see teams try to run the ball in these situations when they're behind, but this time Dallas understands the aerial attack is still strong enough to get them these first downs. It's been working to perfection on this drive.
There's going to be a lot of one-on-one matchups on the edge to watch out for if they can control the ball. Sandlin gets it, gets 4 yards, brought down by Brown and Nick Daggs.
Yeah, but that play has been opened up by the passing attack, and now they can decide how much they want to give the ball to Sandlin. Now they're open to mixing it up.
Reminder, the winner of this game will go to Denver. They will play in the Mile High City in the semifinals. Both teams looking to get there over the middle. Another first down catch in traffic. That's a great catch by Merck Meadowlark. By my count, his first catch of the afternoon.
Yeah, spreading it around to different receivers is one of the things that we see Dallas do often last season and this season. So be on the lookout for that to close out this game.
Dallas in field goal range, squarely at the 21, but they want the end zone. Sandlin running right. They'll get 2 yards. Clock down just about 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go. In such a close game, who will blink first? Is it going to be Mexico City or Dallas? We are at the edge of our seats here. The entire crowd here at the hunting ground awaits with bated breath. 2nd down and 8 from the Mexico City 19-yard line, officially into the red zone for the 4th time today. They have 3 field goals from 3 trips down into this area of the field so far. Luyendula back to pass, throws near side. That pass is caught by Osai and tackled immediately by Nick Daggs. It's going to be 3rd and 4.
A little sketchy there on the pass, a little bit caught on his back foot, didn't have his feet set before he threw a pass to the outside shoulder, and that could have been a mess had the receiver not readjusted for the ball.
3rd and 4, huge play here. Do they go to Sandlin or do they trust the arm of Luyendula? They're going to go to Sandlin. Left side, he has a lane and it's closed up immediately. Jack Brown with a huge solo effort, and then Mexico City has stopped Dallas in the red zone again.
You really got to praise the pursuit angle that he took to the ball carrier. He cut across one of his own players, Brown did, to get to Sandlin at the perfect angle to stop him just short of the line.
29-yard field goal incoming for Manuel to give Dallas another 1-point lead. But that'll be after the Quip 2-minute warning. It's gonna be a nail-biting finish here from Dallas. Mexico City 10, Dallas 9 with a chance to go into the lead once again. This is the SFL quarterfinals presented by APM Music on Twitch TV. Stay with us. Manuel 3 for 3 on the day. Can he be 4 for 4? Kick is up, and it is right down Main Street from 29. A minute and 57 left to go. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. Dallas with a 1-point lead, or a 2-point lead rather, 12-10. And now, it'll come down to the Dallas defense against the Mexico City offense, pretty much to decide the game.
Yeah, Mexico City is going to be looking towards their 4th.
Oh, hold on. Here's a good return by Jeffrey Daggs. Almost broke free. Had one tackler to beat. Makes it out to the Mexico City 39-yard line. Decent field position for the Aztecs.
Yeah, so I was attempting to say they're going to be looking towards some 4th quarter heroics from their 4th quarter maestro right here in the Bronze Bomber.
Matt Wilson is in the SFL Hall of Fame for a reason. A minute and 52 to go. Wilson back to pass. He's under pressure. He's going to go down. A second 9-yard sack in as many drives for the Dallas defense. That was huge. 2nd and 19. Could that possibly be the winning play? Wilson now to the far side. Caught and out of bounds goes Barrett, but he only gets 4 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 15. Oh boy, here we go.
Well, if anything is a boss moment, a boss battle right here for the Dallas defense, it's this 3rd and 15. Because Matt Wilson is very good in the 4th quarter in these pressure situations. So I don't think the pressure's on him. I actually feel like the pressure's more on the Dallas defense.
Wilson throws down the field. It's knocked away. Crash Combs jumped in front of the route, and it's a 3 and out at the worst of times for Mexico City.
Unfortunate right there. He cut across at the right time. Stopped on a dime, turned around, and batted the ball away. And now, they get the ball back.
Mexico City does have 3 timeouts, but outside of the red zone, they really have had no answer for Zach Sadlin in this ball game. A spin move takes the return man up to the Dallas 39. Good return there by Kirby. And now, it's going to have to be the Zach Sandlin show to close this game out for the Lobos.
MB's gonna be basically like a closer in baseball. All you have to do is hand it off to him a couple times, make sure that he gets this first down, and then kneel the ball out to end of the game.
Sandlin always going to get crushed to the line of scrimmage. And dropped right there. Mexico City calls their first time out. The only way the Aztecs really have a shot is by forcing a 3-and-out here.
That definitely is the key. As I just said, they have to get this first down in particular. They don't convert on this possession, and we might have a very tense end of the game.
2nd and 10. Looks like all eggs in the Sandlin basket again. Handoff up the middle. He finds a hole. He's got a first down to the Mexico City 47, and that might just about do it.
That might just about do it indeed. Well, he hasn't been credited with a touchdown so far this day. He's still been pushing the pile, making people feel the pain all game long. Like right there. Just look at this man. Punch right through. All game, all season long, he's had like an over 2,000 rushing yard season on 288 carries. 7.6 yards per carry, 27 rushing touchdowns.
Stephen Mullinax has done the math, and it's the best formation in football. The victory formation, as the Dallas Lobos will go to the semi-finals for the first time since season 8.
That's quite an accomplishment, honestly, because the past couple seasons since that have been very rough on this franchise. They had to rebrand a couple times and try to change the image around, but I think they finally have something going here in Dallas.
It wasn't the game that a lot of us expected. We expected it to be a shootout. But it was a defensive brawl. There was only one touchdown scored in the game. And it was by Ray Bentley. But even that was not enough to get the job done. As Jacques Luyendula, after being a journeyman player playing on, I will say it, some not that great football teams in San Francisco and Carolina, on his 3rd team in 3 seasons, finally finds the formula. Zach Sandlin, the rookie, the veteran Osai, making it back deep into the playoffs for the first time in quite a while. And Mexico City, a fantastic season again, comes to a close. They haven't missed the playoffs since season 6. They didn't again this year, but it wasn't enough as the Dallas Lobos move on to face Dallas in the semifinals. Final score, Dallas 12, Mexico City 10.
What a game that we have here this afternoon, folks. There were a lot of turnovers in the first half, but look at that time of possession. I've been saying this since my first season here in this league. Time of possession has been a killer. And perhaps with a lot more time, Mexico City would have probably come up with the formula too. Because in the 4th quarter, they did get that score, and they did break through. But they just didn't have enough time, I feel. And part of that has just been the efficient offense of Dallas just cutting across and doing just enough. And sometimes just enough is enough to win you the ball game. And that's really what happened here. Just key moments like this interception, a couple sacks by Denzel Maverick at just the right moments of the game is what really made the difference here for Dallas.
Play of the game was the defensive line sacking Matt Wilson on that pivotal last drive. It's been the closest game of the playoffs so far, only a 2-point margin of victory. The Dallas Lobos will travel to Denver to play the Nightwings in the semifinal round. Do not go away. 2 fantastic football games coming your way. At the top of the hour, It's the championship rematch between Alaska and Tallahassee, and then later tonight, Baltimore hosts New Orleans. All the quarterfinal action that's fit to print coming your way tonight. The extraordinary Everest player of the game is Zach Sandlin. Of course it is. 169 yards. Didn't have a touchdown today, but ran, or 89 yards rather, ran the clock out when he needed to, got critical first downs all game long. That'll do it for us here in the booth. For Stephen Hacker on stats, Levant Mercer on the color commentary, I have been your play-by-play commentator, Michael Trujillo, and a sincere thank you from Levant and I up in the booth for allowing us to be in your ears all season long as some of the voices of the Simulation Football League. We do appreciate it. But for all of us here at the SFL, we will see you next time.
See ya!